forge? What change will you ignite for your community's rise? What vision fuels your fight? Confront the issues head on, seize that burning dream. No extraordinary gifts are needed to shift the grand scheme. But if we stay silent now, our tiputa's work is in vain. The issues we face only deepen their pain. The future hangs in balance. It's time to ignite. Will we let it slip away or fight for our rights? Indigenous people, Utah, 1956. What happened here? Well, the American Supreme Court banned all Native Americans from voting, claiming them illiterate savages. Sadly, it wasn't just Utah that passed such derogatory laws. The right to vote was only offered to Aboriginal Australians in 1962, and even then their rights weren't the same as white Australians until the 1980s. The South African apartheid regime meant that it wasn't until 1994 that native South Africans were allowed to vote. This was during all our parents' lifetime. So, can you guess when all Māori men got voting rights? 1867. No tests, no land ownership requirements. Māori men received this universally enshrined legal right 12 years before European men in Aotearoa. And Māori women received the right to vote in 1893, the same as Europeans. This is absolutely incredible! All Māori have had the right to vote and stand for Parliament for over 130 years, a feat unimaginable for so many Indigenous communities. Whether the system established historically for Māori representation was entirely just is a debate for another day. Regardless, we all have the power to make our voices heard and change the future, but only if we fully participate. I am not trying to sway your vote in a certain way. The old political myth that all Māori think the same is dangerous and untrue. Having a Māori voice in democracy doesn't mean one homogenous opinion. The phrase isn't a synonym for just any one view. Instead, all Māori have their own views, ideas and political alignments. By strengthening our Māori voice, we are adding to a wide range of opinions, a range that democracy strives to represent. Now, can you guess which demographic has the highest voting rate in Aotearoa? Older, non-Māori. It's up for you to decide if this group is the best for making decisions for the future of New Zealand and for the future of Māori. But if you think tangata whenua need to have more of a say, you must vote. It is the right, but also the responsibility of every person, if you want to be represented, to get out there and vote. In general, Māori participation in voting has increased lots recently. In the last election, around 70% of enrolled Māori voted. Now, this is a considerable increase from the historically abysmally low voting rates, but still means 30% of enrolled Māori aren't voting. And this is a right that people the world over have fought and died for. By not voting, we are sacrificing our chance to change New Zealand and giving away power to others. Voting is easy. Voting is important. What's stopping us? Next election, make a day of it. Get all the whānau together, go to the polling booth and vote, vote, vote. He Walker-Kinnell, we are all in this together. But it doesn't just stop at voting once every 3 years. We need to be heard all the time. If we truly want to be represented, we need to be involved in New Zealand's select committee process, which allows for public participation in lawmaking by allowing for submissions on proposed bills. Participation in this is vital, as many of these laws will affect you. You will want to have your say. Sadly, submission rates are often really low. In 2022, submissions were open for the proposed Accessibility for New Zealanders bill, a bill that would have impacted over 1 million New Zealanders with access needs. Yet only 500 submissions were made. Making a submission is easy, but first you need to know what's being proposed. You need to head to the Parliament website, find what bills are being proposed, and if submissions are open. The government won't always tell you that you can't have a say. After all, their job is easier if no one says anything or argues against their plans. It's either that or submission time is really short. The current government gave us less than a week to make submissions on a bill about removing local council Māori wards. After picking a bill, you make a submission. This could be anything from, I agree, disagree with this bill, keeping it simple, to an informed statistical analysis of the impacts the law will have. My favourite option is to tell a story about how it will affect me. We need to get as many people involved as possible too. Tell all your friends what's happening, send them the link, and empower them to use their voice to make a change. Even if your kuia can't use a computer, you can help her. Sit down, listen to her story, and use her experiences to make a change. Numbers matter, so get as many people involved as possible, because the other side will be talking. We also need to be involved in local democracy too. Every 3 years, local board elections occur, and we must vote in these. But in the last series of mayoral elections, there was only a nationwide voter turnout of 40%, with an even lower Māori rate. Local councils cover a huge range of things: skate parks, libraries, roads, public transport. You need to vote for someone who supports what you believe, because we all feel the changes in those areas. Additionally, we need to make submissions on local issues too. Now, I understand this can sound like lots of work. You might think your submission doesn't matter much in the grand scheme of things. Well, it is a lot of work. It might not always make a difference, but what is guaranteed to achieve nothing is doing nothing. Suffragette Kate Shepherd once said, "Do not think your single vote does not matter much. The rain that refreshes the parched ground is made of single drops." You know what? It can work. A couple of years ago, my mum found out that our local aero club wanted to be the second domestic airport of Auckland, a huge threat to public safety. These plans were developing in secret with minimal public knowledge, so I turned the hard-to-access master plan into a website, put the link on some flyers with the date of the public meeting. We walked for miles, a flyer and hundreds of letterboxes, so at the meeting, the hall was packed, standing room only. Everyone at the meeting was told to make a submission to the Ministry of Transport. Over 500 submissions they soon got, and as you know it, the plan was stopped. So cast your vote, be bold, be brave, honour those who fought for change. Your voice has power. Don't treat it as a stranger when the future of rangatahi Māori is in danger. Te mana o te tangata, our sacred right, a legacy built upon struggle and fight. With every mark we can pledge in you to lift our people and see us through a brighter future in aroha and unity. The dream of our tipuna, our Māori community. So join me in a fight for a land where every voice and heart will stand. Kia kaha! Yeah.